Alrighty, let's see how long before it sends out notifications. Why wouldn't it let me get in my own chat? Okay, I've got to find my stuff over here. Alrighty. Okay, we shall see. We shall see. Yay, it has worked. Hello, Joycey, and hello, Denise H. Yay, it's working. Gotta get folded up in my chair over here. Hello, Ellie. Yay, Mary G. and Nat Cat 180. Yay. It's worked. Awesome. Either the notification went out really fast this time, or y'all were just already kind of hovering and waiting because y'all knew that we were going to go live. Hello, Unique One and Seraphine. Hello. And Alexa Reitz. Hello. Awesome. Yay, I'm excited for today. I've got some, very unladylike way to say I've got sinus issues. I got sinus issues at this moment, so pardon the, sniffles and pardon the, things like that. Or if I sound more nasal than I normally do, because I know I got kind of a nasal voice in general, I think, but it's probably worse now. Surfing got a notification. Good. Okay. That's nice. It's nice when it works. Wish it would work more often. But cool, y'all. Alrighty. So yeah, there are probably going to be a few more people joining here and there. But since today, is our second live stream of October, then I only have two things that I want to make sure that I do today that I don't forget before we end up finishing the live stream. I do want to make sure that, as usual, I will try to do the gifting 5 1-month memberships. I hope I can do that again today. And then we did talk about last time and before that we would do another Spooktober set of mini reads today. So just like last time, we had looked up some cryptids. I still have my little list here where we had looked into Mothman, Bigfoot, and Skinwalkers. This time, the other cryptids that I have on the list here, I have the Jersey Devil, the Loch Ness Monster, the Wendigo, and the Kraken. So we'll probably be diving in to those today, or at least whichever ones we can get to. Hopefully we could get to all 4 of them, but we'll see. So yeah, those are the 2 things I want to hit today. Do the little giveaway thing with the 5 Perk Squad stuff and some Spooktober minis on some cryptids. So yeah, we've just been talking about that for some weeks now, so I'm excited. I want to do it. Allie says, yeah, the notification went up pretty fast. I was about to get on YouTube to watch some horror gameplay, though. Well, hopefully that's something that you won't miss as a result of me being live. Hopefully that's something that you can come back to and not miss out, because I don't want to, interrupt something that you were fixing to do. But that gives me the warm and fuzzies that you were okay with being here. So thank you. Venus, hello. I am live. Yes. Desiree. Long time no speak. Like if I could wink, as long as you only see one eye, then it looks like a wink. Valerie Nelson, hello. So glad you're here today. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. If you haven't caught up with me in a while, there's a lot of stuff out there. I got a lot of stuff. So you might be inundated with some things if you end up kind of scrolling back through my channel. Oceana Song, hello, hello. Oceana Song says, release the Kraken. I know, right? You can't hear the word Kraken and not think in your mind, release the Kraken now. Like, what was that? Was that from Pirates of the Caribbean? Like, I feel like I can't even remember where it's from, except for that it is, like, melded into my brain. So maybe it's from that, and I remember that from when I was younger watching those movies. Allie says, have to remember I need to do some journaling, but it's hard with my autism and ADHD. Makes it hard for me to meditate more than 15 minutes and forgetting to do things related to my path. Yeah, those kinds of things, I mean, really can sometimes get in the way, makes things a little bit more challenging than it feels like they could be or should be. I hear you on that, Yeah, sometimes it's easier to focus on things like journaling than things like meditation for people whose, minds wander if we're the type to be like, whoops, we slipped away. And I mean, technically that's what meditation is kind of for. It helps us to slow down the monkey mind and, give it something to do that we're just kind of trying to focus on our breath or something like that. And then we're like, whoops, I wandered. Let me come back. And then, whoops, I wandered. Let me come back. And it's just kind of building a discipline of noticing when we go away and coming back, and noticing when we go away and coming back. And so it's just kind of, gentle building of discipline over that. And I don't mean discipline as in, willpower, discipline yourself with willpower. I mean discipline as in, brain training, just kind of training the neurons in our brain to try to fire that way, to try to be like, oh yeah, I'm coming back. Oh yeah, I'm coming back. So it's more kind of a training than anything. But yeah, it can be tough. It can be tough, especially nowadays. Our brains are not really as easily wired for stuff like meditation as it is for, 30-second TikToks and stuff like that. So I feel you. And you said it's hard for you to visualize too. Yeah. So you might have that thing where you don't see images in your mind. I forgot what that was called. I know it starts with an A, and it reminds me of the word anesthesia, but it's not that. And it reminds me of the word Anastasia, but it's not that. Antemphasia, something like that. There's some kind of a phantom phasia, antifreeze. Definitely not antifreeze, but I know what you're talking about. I just cannot think of the word. Vita says, I need self-discipline for a few things. I know. Same. Valerie says, I saw a commercial today where the lady referred to the afterlife. 2024 was supposed to be a great spiritual awakening. This was encouraging. So interesting, a commercial where a lady referred to the afterlife. You don't see very many references to the afterlife on commercials these days, or I don't know, I don't see a whole lot of commercials. I do things like Netflix and stuff that doesn't really have commercials, so I may not know. Aphantasia. There you go, Joycey. Thank you for putting that in there. I was like, I know it's something along those lines. I can't produce the word. There you go. Perfect. Thank you. And, and aphasia. That's something else. They're related, but they're not the same thing. They're related, but they're not the same thing. And again, sorry for the nasal and the, nose noises and all the stuff. It's just the head gunk. Let's see, Candy V. First of all, hello, Candy V. Second of all, what happened with my squishy floors? Yeah, so they are notably less squishy at the moment. I had to pay what I consider big bucks for a dehumidifier. It was like $200 something. So for me, that ain't no chump change. But I bought a dehumidifier, and ever since it happened, we had been just running it. As soon as we got power back and I was able to get access to one, we've just been running it, dumping water, running it, dumping water, running it, dumping water. So we've been doing that, for almost 2 weeks now to draw the moisture out of wherever all it could be, in the floors, in the walls, whatever. So we have successfully made the floors not feel squishy there, and we have a contractor that's gonna have to come in and open up the walls in that area and make sure that there's not like wet insulation and things like that trapped in the walls that can, grow mold and things like that. So not looking forward to the idea of what it means or costs to open up walls. But there we go. So that'll be the next step. That'll be happening over the next couple of weeks, but better. I mean, it's progress. It's progress. I still don't have a kitchen from when I had squishy floors in the kitchen. Y'all remember that? Back on May 7th was when I filed the claim about the kitchen flooding, and we had to pull up all the floors, and I still don't have a kitchen. It looks basically exactly the same way that it looked back on May 7th. So, like, literally, this is what my kitchen still looks like. Let me find pictures. I hate to even see it, much less show it. But, it has really sucked living without a kitchen. But I'm hoping that within the next couple of weeks, that will be on the docket to get fixed, because the home insurance company said they're not going to really help with that either. So, we don't have to wait around on them anymore, because they're really not going to do anything. So, yeah. So let me find, where the fuck did I delete these off my phone? Because I got tired of looking at them, or did I just scroll too fast and scroll past them? Let's see. Nope, there they are. So, yeah. Let's see. The kitchen floors were like that. Fortunately, they don't look quite like that right now. They look, I do have something, I have the part that's wet here. I have new wood that is not wet there. But and everything's in my living room, like the kitchen there, the planks are over here, the planks are pulled up from the kitchen. So my kitchen trash can's here, my kitchen table is up here, my fridge is literally blocking the doors. So my fridge is right in front of the doors. And it's been like that since May 7th. So yeah, I haven't had a kitchen since May 7th. Haven't had a dishwasher since May 7th. It has not been a fun year with house stuff. The funny part, not funny, but it's one of those things that you'll have to keep from crying. The funny part was my previous refrigerator died right before Thanksgiving of last year. So it died in early November, and they didn't deliver a new fridge until March. So I had already gone from November through March without a refrigerator, even if I had a working kitchen. So finally, in March, I had a refrigerator and a working kitchen. And then a month and a half later, in May, the kitchen flooded. And so I have a refrigerator now that works in front of blocking my doors, but I don't have a kitchen. I haven't had a kitchen. So in all of 2024 so far, I've had a month and a half where I have had access to my kitchen. And so in the last 11 months, I've had a fully functional kitchen for about a month in the last 11 months. So, and I usually like to cook, and I'm one of those fussy people about food that I don't like to, first of all, I don't like to eat out all the time because it's expensive. And second of all, because there's not a lot of affordable, healthy options to eat out. So you're paying expensive money for less than food. for the better part of a year. So I'm like, that's why I'm getting sickly stuff here when I haven't usually gotten sickly stuff, because my immune system's struggling because I haven't had a good kitchen. But anyway, so that's what all happened. My nose itches. I'm so sorry. I'm not snotting here. It just itches. But yeah, so oh goodness. Yeah. Valerie says, yeah, I haven't seen that commercial as like an everyday commercial, but it was an everyday product, so that's very interesting. Thank you for sharing that, because that's cool. Echoes of Clarity, hello, meow meow, thank you for being here, hello. I like the name. It's okay, that's nice of y'all to be like, sorry for you going through all that, but there's people going through, I'm not trying to invalidate my own thing, but there are people that are going through worse things, and it is one of those things that it did feel like it sucked super, super bad until I kind of got used to living like this. I mean, you live like this for the better part of a year, it does suck, but you do also just kind of get used to it. So I hate it, and I'm also used to it, but I'm hoping that it will get fixed soon. It should, knock on wood, now that we've gotten a new contractor and blah, 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 blah. And now that we know not to bother waiting on home insurance anymore, we should have it done before Thanksgiving of this year. So that will be nice. But yeah. Let's see. Ali says, I was reading stories and folklore from Japan since I feel I have a strong connection to that country despite the fact I've never gone there. And one of your friends said you could have a past life there. Very possible. Very possible. That's pretty cool. Yeah, because I have a connection to like various different folklores and stuff that I don't know that I'm necessarily connected to, that could be for any number of reasons like that. So I think that's cool. We are going to do, well, first of all, hello, K-Talks. And second of all, yes, we're going to do some Spooktober little mini reads on some cryptids here tonight. Since we got through some of the cryptids last time, we're going to continue with the Spooktober vibe and do some more cryptids this time. Yeah. Oh, what happened in the kitchen to make it flood? Something about like the sink to the dishwasher, like something malfunctioned, burned up, did something, I don't know, and it just started dumping water from the dishwasher. And even if we turned off the dishwasher and we're only using the sink, the water would still go through the sink into the dishwasher and dump out of the dishwasher onto the floor. So no matter what water source in the kitchen you used, it would dump water through the floor. So, yeah, that's what happened there. Yeah. Let's see. Ari, hello. And Champagne, hi. Let's see. Today is your birthday, Oceana-song? If so, then happy birthday to you. That would be so cool. Aaron Cooper, hello. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Let's see. I'm going to take a sip of my little water mix. I made a mix of all kinds of shit. It's in this huge, big-ass half-gallon of thing. I'm going to take some sips of this. I put water in here. And then I also had a bottle of liquid vitamins, a bottle of liquid minerals, and I poured some doses of that in here. And I had a bottle of like liquid tincture of various, healthy mushrooms. Put that in here, and a scoop of like fruity clear protein powder, like not the kind of milky kind, but like fruity clear kind, the kind that kind of tastes like slushies or whatever. Put that in here. So I was like, there, I'm gonna hydrate and get vitamins and minerals and protein and healthy mushroom complex all in one, so that maybe that'll help all the snotting I got going on over here. Yay! Happy birthday, Oceana-san! So glad. That's awesome. Ah, man. Let's see. Where am I? I got lost in the comments. my thing jumps when I take a little bit of time Ali says, and the stone broke in recent times when there was an earthquake in Japan. So yeah, you've got a lot of interesting connections there. That's cool. I like that. I mean, I think that, we can have connections to things that we've had past lives to, and we can have connections to things that our ancestors were connected to that we, now years and years and years away may still have some kind of connection to. Speaking of ancestors, let me see if I can find my little thing on this. I know I'm going to get to the cryptids. It's just, squirrel. 8 million squirrels. I said, speaking of ancestors, I got my updated Ancestry DNA thing. I did it years ago, but for whatever reason, I guess as they update their database and get more data points and things like that, they're able to fine-tune things a little bit more. And so they sometimes, send out a new thing like, hey, here's the new update about your heritage and stuff with the ancestry thing. So here's my update. What I found funny about this, I know you're not going to be able to read any of the percentages, but damn it, with the light, I'm trying to figure out how to get it past the light. Sorry. You're not going to be able to see any of those percentages over there. I'll read them out to you, but you might be able to see that this is a map of Europe. You see Iceland up there by my fingers. And you see Sweden there in the pink. And you see Ukraine in blue and Poland in a lighter blue, Germany in green there, stuff like that. And so these are apparently, all the kind of places that my DNA says my ancestors are from. So what I was laughing at is down here by my thumb, that little 3% or 4%, I think it's 3% of Portugal is my one little spiciness that I have. I am unsalted saltine crackers. I'm just, I'm not even trying to be to denigrate myself or to be, controversial or say anything that's rude or bad, but I'm, just in the spirit of being silly, I feel like a box of unsalted saltines. With that background, it's funny. That's what I feel like. And my 3% Portugal is holding down the fort. It's like the one little chili pepper that somehow fell into the bag of unsalted saltines at the factory and spiced it up just a little bit. So, yeah, 50% Germanic Europe, which, would make sense to me, that some derivatives of my maiden name in the past, I think back in the day would have been Kuhn, which would have been a German surname. So, back in the day, that's kind of what my name probably originated from, my maiden name. So 50% Germanic Europe makes sense. Then I've got 30% England and Northwestern Europe. Then 8% Scotland, 5% Sweden, 3% Portugal, 3% Wales, and 1% Central and Eastern Europe. So, by and large, 80% Germanic Europe and England, Northwestern Europe. So yeah, mostly Germanic and English, I guess is my 80% here, with mine. So I just thought it was funny with my little 3% Portuguese stuff in there. Ooh, look at you with your little 3%. And so I thought that was funny, to have that in there. And so, of course, my husband, Julio, who y'all know I call him Rico, and Rico is not any of his names, not even close to any of his names, but call him Rico. But Julio, he got his little update of results too, because again, even if he took his at a different day and a different time and a different year and, all that kind of stuff, they send out updates as things go on. And they sent out his updates, and in stark contrast to me, where I'm just unsalted saltines, he is everything. So in stark contrast to me, he's literally all the things, like, all the heritages, all the backgrounds, all the races, like he's all the things. And I'm like, you know what? See, I mean, he gets to, he gets to have that, I guess. So his map, he had to split his map up because he had both hemispheres, coming up on his map. So his map got split up. So here's one portion of his map. Oh, that's so blown out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to where y'all can see it. Y'all probably can't hardly see that is, shit. Y'all aren't going to be able to see that. It's probably too blown out. I'm sorry. But that's North America, and the blue blob is around Mexico and going up through the western part of North America. I'll explain that blob for him a little bit later. And then he has this other part that, oh geez Louise, it's kind of blown out as well. But you see once again, and can't talk, Iceland up there at the top, and then you see he's got a lot of that kind of purplish color in northern Africa, and then he's got a lot of that kind of brownish tan color over here as we're going around the Mediterranean, and all of that, and some, lower and western Europe, and some, northwestern Europe as well, and into like the UK and stuff like that. So he's got a bunch of stuff all around there. So his list, this is his list. His list is so long, okay? Because he had 12 ancestral regions in comparison to my few little ones. And so how I'm basically 100% white, unless you want to count Portugal, the 3% Portugal, as, having a little bit of something else in a way. But, pretty much, we can see what mine says about me. But I think his says he's like 18% white and 82% everything else. So he just has such a diverse makeup. I really think his is so cool. So he's got 38% Spain area, which, makes sense. And again, for people who didn't know, he was raised in Mexico his entire life, born in Texas, right across the Mexican border, and then raised in Mexico his entire life. His whole family on both sides are Mexican. And so he identifies as being a Mexican American, but, it makes sense that, growing up in Mexico, being from Mexico, you're going to have a lot of Spain. There were a lot of Spanish and French, invasions and things like that into indigenous Mexico way back in the day and all of that kind of stuff. So it makes sense that he sees that in here. But 38% Spain, 31% Native American, like Mexican Native American. So the natives that are indigenous to Mexico and on up into the western part of the United States. He's got 12% England and northwestern Europe, like how I have 30% of that. He's got 12% of that. He's also got 5% Basque, 4% Portugal. So I've got my little 3%. He's got 4%. 3% Scotland, 2% Iceland, and 1% Senegal, 1% Northern Africa, 1% Sephardic Jews, 1% Southern Italy and the Eastern Mediterranean, and 1% Wales. So I was like, wow, so you are white, you are Hispanic, you are Latino, you are Native American, you are African, you are Jewish, and you are Mediterranean. So like you got a lot going on, Bo. Like I'm like, man, your ancestors, it took a lot of work to make you. I mean, if you think about it, that's pretty cool. If you think about how much work from your ancestral lineage it takes to make you, it takes a lot of work and a lot of energy to make you where we end up now. So I just thought that was really cool, where he is. So I'm an unsalted saltine, and he's an entire fiesta in and of himself. So it was just, I just thought it was really cool. I was like, well, damn. Let me go back and check all the comments that I've probably missed here. So y'all keep writing whatever. I'm just going to go back and check anything that I've probably missed as I've been talking, and I'll try to find out where I left off. I might not know exactly. Hello, R. And thank you for being here. And hello, Julie. And thank you for being here. Yes, you made a live. Let's see. Oh, I recommended your younger daughter to see a local Reiki healer, and you wanted me to know that it was an excellent match, and my daughter had a truly remarkable experience. Thank you. Yay! I'm so excited. Ah, that's so good to hear. Very, very happy for you and your daughter with that. Ah, it's so nice when we get like a perfect match. Like it's like, okay, this fit, this matched, this is what I needed, this suited me. That's so nice, We don't always get that, so when you get it, it feels real good. Let's see. Yeah, Allie said, I'd be surprised if I had any sort of Asian ancestry. No, most of my ancestry is European and Mexican, since my grandmother was from a Mexican tribe. Well, that's pretty cool. And your grandpa had a French dad and a Mexican mother. Well, awesome. Yeah, I don't know. You might have some Asian in there somewhere, maybe. I had no idea with the ones that I did have, and certainly Julio had no idea with the ones he had. He's like, well, maybe that's why I feel connected to so many places. I'm like, maybe it is. Really. Sarah with an H, hello. Let's see. Oh, the chat jumped. Chica, good evening to you as well, and thank you for being here. And that cat 180 is laughing at my little bit of spiciness. That was my little bit of spiciness, my little 3% Portugal. Everything else was my unsalted saltine. Not that I'm like I said, not that I'm denigrating my heritage or those countries. I want to visit all of them. I want to go over there. I've been wanting to go over there even before I knew all this stuff. I've been wanting to go over there, but it was just funny that I was like, oh, okay. Well, it really is as simple as face value for me. Maybe that's why I have like hair it's brown hair. It's not black hair. It's brown hair, but it's like the literal like dark brown, almost black color. And then my skin is damn near luminescent. Like the way it looks here, it looks almost like I have the teeniest, smidgiest of a possible tan. But I mean, I really am not that much different from frickin' paper. Like it's really not that. It's, my nephew's whiter than me. At least we have that. At least little William is, I'm beating him out. He's 11. I ought not talk about him like that. He would think it's funny. He watches my YouTube stuff sometimes. He's like, Aunt Babe, put this on YouTube. I'm like, so tell me what to do, kid. Yeah, Sarah with an H says, the South has a lot of Germanic, at least in the area of South that you're in. Yep, and both of your parents have Irish and French origins. Yeah, there is a lot of like Germanic presence in this kind of southeastern area. You're right. You're so right. Marnie, hello. And Abracadabra, hello from Europe. We were just talking about Europe. Oceana Song, French and Cree and Abenaki Native American and English. That is really cool. Jan R, hello. And your family's English on both sides. Very cool. Let's see. where am I in the chat? Oh, okay, I found it. So Sarah H says your grandfather on your mom's side was born in England but moved to the States as a toddler. Yeah. His working title that he was the youngest magician. Oh, that's really cool. We did the Ancestry DNA stuff, Candy. I don't know if that is the best one. I don't know if I say, oh, I recommend this above others. I don't know what the others are like. I can't seem to get this to focus. I don't know what the others were like, but we just did that one. And again, I did mine a long time ago. He did his a long time ago. We did ours not even with each other. It's just that sometimes they send updates like, hey, we've got new data points, so we're able to give a more, intricate, sophisticated analysis. Here's your updates. And they send updates. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, K-Talk said, I want to do the Ancestry so badly, but got scared by the conspiracy theories that they're taking our DNA, LL. Yeah, I thought about that, but then before I did it, I was like, well, technically, if they really wanted my DNA is out there in all different kinds of ways. Like anytime I get medical tests done, or, anytime I have to get physicals and give samples and all this kind of stuff. Like if they really wanted my shit, they'd have had it since I was born. So I'm like, at this point, whatever. Kind of like the people that were like, oh no, if you put your face into one of these apps and they scan your face, then they're going to know your face and all your details. It's like, well, we get driver's license pictures for most of us, or ID cards for those of us who don't even drive or whatever, so technically the government has our picture and stuff also. So they pretty much have all of our shit anyway. I'm not trying to sound bad, but that's one of the reasons where I was like, well, guess they probably already have everything that they would need anyway. But certainly, nobody do anything you're uncomfortable with. I don't want to, I ain't talking anybody into doing anything. It's just that I had a squirrel moment as we were talking about lineage and stuff like that. Allie was talking about Japan and things that were interesting like that. And I was like, what about this? So brought it up. Let's see. Sheila Carlisle, hello. Your first live? This is the first live? It's like I feel like I've seen you in the comments for 8 million years, and so whenever... So I can't believe this is your first live. Well, hello and welcome, and thank you for being here. I guess I'm so used to talking back to you in the comments of regular videos that I'm like, what? This is your first live? Yeah, he's in stark contrast of me. Yeah, my husband is. Success for you. Hello. Oh wait, not success for you. Sucks for you. First of all, success for you as well. But I remember you said sucks as in sucks for you for succulents, not necessarily you suck. Let's see. I could be like Snow White. Yeah, that doesn't feel racist to me to be like I could be like Snow White. I think it's okay for we don't have to be all so about all of that. It is interesting that here in the United States we get very kind of careful about those kinds of discussions because people can get offended and upset and things like that, and I understand that. I can appreciate that. But I think it's okay that, that we don't have to feel that way over talking about the fact that, yeah, I could play Snow White in a movie with the fact that I'm so white skinned and so dark haired. And my husband and I have stark contrast in that. And we could talk about those things, and I don't think it has to be a thing. It's cool that actually, because my husband grew up in Mexico instead of in the States, he was like, yeah, it was weird when I moved here that it was such a touch button type of issue over here. And again, understanding why, but it's so not over there in Mexico that there's all kinds, they have all kinds of jokes and discussions and things like that nobody takes offense to, because it's just I don't know, it just isn't seen as hurtful over there. It's only seen as hurtful or offensive over there if the intent was meant to be hurtful or offensive, in which case of course it is. But Yeah, so it's interesting how his upbringing has him see things differently than, you know, our upbringing over here. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's touchy in all of the states, but here in the South, it's extra touchy because we have history. And so for obvious reasons, it's going to be a little bit more testy over here because we've got history. K-Talks is like, yeah, at this point, they know everything anyways. Oh, man. You're off work early today, so that's how you get to join. Awesome, Sheila. That's really cool. Hi, Christine Covey. Hello, hello. Hope it's not too cold where you are. Let's see. Marnie did 2 different tests, 23andMe and MyHeritage. Traced ancestors 5 generations back to Russia on your paternal side. Very cool. Yeah, and see, Kay says my husband says the same thing, and he was born in Jamaica. Yeah, it's like when people are born in other countries, they just kind of think of it differently. And again, I'm not negating why we think of it differently here. I get that, especially living in the South. I get that. But it is nice when you go to places like Mexico or Jamaica or something like that, and it just isn't really a thing there, and everybody is just everybody. And it's not that there isn't a mix of people there. Like, you know, when I go to Mexico, I see people that look white, people that look black, people that look native, people that look Mexican. You know, there's people that look whatever kinds of ways. And whatever they are in their DNA could be exactly what they look like, could be all kinds of things that aren't what they look like, but whatever they are in their DNA, they're just, you know, they just kind of consider we're all people, and we just, you know, it's just a different kind of vibe there. And again, like I said, I feel like I got to keep disclaiming it. I understand why it isn't like that here, and I'm not trying to take away from that. I'm just saying that it does feel very different when you're over there, and that difference feels nice because it's less eggshell-ish, you know, less walking on eggshells, less worried about hurting other people or causing offense when you're not trying to hurt people or cause offense. It feels much more like it feels easier to have community and camaraderie over there, I feel like, to just kind of accept everybody. And if there are differences, that it feels safer to point them out in a non-derogatory way and even in a humorous way, and to know that it's all just in friendship and love. Even here stateside, my previous boyfriend before, you know, my husband now, he was in active duty in the military, and even them in the military, their culture kind of seemed that way too, because they're like, listen, we're all serving in the United States military, we're all deploying together, going overseas, fighting for this country. When we're over there, I don't care if it's a black person on my team, on my squad, if it's a white person, if it's, you know, an Asian person, if it's, you know, it doesn't matter who's literally a part of my deploying team. Like, we're over here together, relying on each other, depending on each other. We are each other's family right now. We are each other's community. We are each other's everything. I need them, they need me. We understand what each other's going through better than anybody else does, and it literally just doesn't matter. Like, I can appreciate where they're from, and I want to know more about them and their background and their culture and how that makes them who they are. But it doesn't get in our way, kind of thing. And so there seems to be kind of a vibe of that in a lot of military families and you know, military culture and stuff, even here in the States. I noticed that and thought that was very interesting, and it made sense. So yeah, let's see. I got bit by a mosquito. Damn squitters. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Shannon, for being here. And happy birthday again. Yeah. Let's see. I feel like it got like really hot in this house all of a sudden, and maybe it's because of what I'm talking about. I feel like I need to cut on the, well, I got a window open over here. If I go cut on the air, I also got bit by something. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see that, but I got bit. Let's see. I'm trying to find where I was in the chat. Yeah, Allie says, that I can confirm. Even here in my corner of deep, deep South Texas, those jokes are so common. Yeah, I mean, I like the part of Texas that my husband did, live in and was born in, McAllen. It's literally so close to the border that I call it Little Mexico, because it's like everyone there speaks Spanish. The majority of food there, if not fast food, is, Mexican restaurants and things like that. And so I call it Little Mexico there. And yeah, their culture, like right there, feels very similar to the culture in Mexico in those kind of ways. And it's just different. It's just different. Chrissy Hansen, hello. Oh man, Ari says, my mom is into ancestry and genealogy, and she's discovered infidelity on both sides of the family. Whoops. I imagine a lot of our families, probably on both sides, got some of that in there, because humans tend to do that sometimes. So somewhere in there is probably going to be for, especially think about it. How many ancestors must we have? Like thousands? There's going to be some damn infidelity in that somewhere. Gotta be. I was like, I hope it's not too cold over there. And Christine Covey's like, funny enough, my husband's making snow for the ski hill. Oh my Lord. Snow. I cannot imagine. I'm sitting here hot in this right now. Oh my Lord. Sarah with an H says, family lore says that I have an ancestor that was the hitman that did away with 2 of the princes in the Tower of London. Wow. Oh, Princetta M, hello, and thank you. Oh, that was so sweet. Thank you for the super chat. You said, thank you for my reading today. I feel so much better, and I checked out. Brad, thank you for the recommendation. Oh, well, again, big hugs to you. I'm so glad that we got to do our session today. It was good to talk to you, too. Oh, lovely. McAllen is the actual city next to where you live. Yeah, that's where, like, he grew up in, like I said, in Mexico, right across the border, but he was born in McAllen, and he worked in McAllen when he was an adult and could work over there. So, yeah. Those are his old stomping grounds. Yep. Any of the dogs in the room with me? I've been hearing their little clickety click clicks. So they have been in here. I think currently I do not see any. But they were in here. I heard some clicking. I just been ignoring it because I didn't want to look down and see them as they were clicking. But yeah, they've been clicking. Let me see. Alrighty. Wow. So I am looking up at the time and noticing I have been live for like almost 50 minutes, 50. And I was literally going to do these little Spooktober mini reads and do the little giveaway of, membership gifting. So let me get to that, because I need to do all those things before we end up, closing the stream today. And I don't want the stream to go too long. Again, I don't like it when it goes too long and makes it where people can't watch the replay. And plus, I'm also worried now that it is getting hot in this room. What if that makes my camera overheat this time? Remember last time it overheated because of the subject matter that we were talking about, even if it wasn't hot in the room. Now it is hot in the room. And so I'm like, uh-oh, I hope my camera won't overheat because of that. Let me go see if I need to check the air conditioning. I don't know if that'll make a difference. And if I put a fan on in here, it'll make noise. So I don't really want to do that. I also have the window open, so I don't want to turn on the air conditioning if I have the window open. We're going to risk this. The camera might get mad at me today because it is hot in this room. It wasn't last time, but it is now. But we're going to risk this to do the readings on the cryptids. But first, I'm going to do the membership gifting. So how that works again is that YouTube allows me, on these twice a month live streams, YouTube allows me to gift 5 memberships that last for a month to the Perk Squad. I get to gift them for free. So that's something that YouTube has been allowing now. All I'm allowed to do is click gift 5 now. It's a button, and then YouTube picks who it goes to. So I have no idea who YouTube will pick for it to go to, but I get to click the button to launch that. So I'm going to do that, but you do have to be opted in for it to work. So as I mentioned on other streams, I'll mention again, just in case anybody is new to this stream and they aren't usually... they haven't heard these kind of quote-unquote instructions before. If you're not a member of the Perk Squad and want to be entered into the running to be gifted a membership for a month, then it says here that you go to the channel page. So, my channel page, and apparently it can be done while you're, got this live stream on, but you go to my channel page, and you click the join button. And once you click the join button, then you click the 3 dots, the little 3 dots like this, that kind of signals more. You click those 3 dots and you go to gift settings. And when you're on gift settings, you just toggle the switch that says allow gifts. And that will help you to opt in to be entered into the pool of eligible people who might be able to win. So the join button, the 3 little dots, gift settings, switch the toggle switch on so that you have a chance of opting in. And here's the mosquito. I'm going to be clapping. Did I get it? Oh, I actually did get it. Get it. Oh, man. I actually did get the mosquito, but my note with the cryptids, remember my note with the cryptids? Look at the dead mosquito on the back of it. So I did get the mosquito, but now its guts are on the back of my cryptids notes. Ew. Mike, what do I wipe it on? The problems I create for myself, I swear. While y'all are figuring out how to opt in, I'm gonna... Is this a napkin? Yes, this is a napkin, thank God. Okay, I have a napkin over here. So while y'all are opting yourselves in, if you haven't opted in already, and again, this only counts for people who aren't already members of the Perk Squad, because if you're already a member of the Perk Squad, then you're already a member of the Perk Squad. But, okay. So, just gonna see if everybody has that chance to opt in if they hadn't yet already. I hear a lot of bing banging in there, and it sounds like dogs are fucking around, and I'm just hoping that it's not a big thing. Let's see. Marty says, Teddy's so cute. Yeah, I don't know where he is now. They were clicking around. Ayana 95, hello. Oh, that's cool, Valerie. To be able to be decorating for Christmas since y'all are going to be gone in November and just kind of being able to chill and do it early. That does seem fun. I know, okay, I was thinking about, like, there, a lot of times before we do some weird readings and stuff, we'll get some mosquitoes in here, so I'm like, I don't know if you have to be on a computer. Kay says she doesn't see it on the app, and I don't know if you have to be on a computer or not. It doesn't say on the little thing. I'm literally on the Google support page, and it doesn't say on there. It just says that is opting in through a channel or a watch page. It might be that if you don't see it on the app, you might have to go in through like the desktop version, you know, or web browser version, where you go on that and you log into the web browser version, you know, sign in to the web browser YouTube and then see it from there. So it might be, if you don't see a join button, that has to happen. I usually also have a link in my descriptions everywhere with a link to the join page, and that might work as well. There probably is a link to it here on this live stream in the description box, a link to the join button, so that might work too. So either of those, I'll let y'all, you know, take some time to mess around and see if that works for you before I give out those memberships. I just want people to have some time to opt in if they hadn't yet. Telling water here. Yeah, puppy shenanigans underway. I think so. Yay, so it was easy for Valerie. Good deal, good deal. Ashley Ritchie, hello. Removing blackheads from your face. Well, this is a perfect time to listen to this as like it's a podcast while you're all up in your face. I think a lot of us can relate. Yeah, I can see them on my Android, but sometimes Apple people can't see. I swear, Apple doesn't play well in the sandbox with others, so I don't know why anybody ever supports Apple and iPhone and all of that. They don't play well with others, but I get it. Some people like that. My husband is an Apple user. He has, you know, a Mac and an iPhone, and I'm like, Apple doesn't play well with people. Fuck Apple, you know, so we're split even in our own household about that. Yeah, so for Apple people, Marnie says that it doesn't do it on the YouTube app. You got to do it through the browser window. It lets me do it on YouTube apps and people's channels because I got an Android. I think that might be the difference. I don't know. But okay, so while y'all are taking the time to do that, I will go ahead and get our cards and stuff ready for me to do the reading on the cryptids. And so I'm going to just be getting shuffled to get ready to do our little cryptid mini readings for our Spooktober, while y'all are making sure that you're able to opt in. Let's see. And that way, if I need to circle back and do that later at the end of the stream, if we need to do, you know, the cards first, then we can, to give everybody that opportunity to figure out how they can opt in so that they can have, you know, the opportunity to be eligible for the whole dealio. So let me get shuffled up here. So as y'all are doing that, I can wait to click the little gift button towards the end of the stream, and I can already get started on some cryptid readings. That way y'all have more time to work on that. No pressure, no pressure. And nobody has to opt in. It's just if people want to be able to be entered into the pool, then I want everybody to have that opportunity. That's all. So, last time we looked at Mothman, Bigfoot, and Skinwalkers. This time I have written down the Jersey Devil, the Loch Ness Monster, Windigo, and the Kraken. So, last time we ended up finding out that the way that it kind of worked out was that for every cryptid, we would just do a little simple mini read on, is this cryptid real? And then if the answer seemed to turn out like, yeah, it is real, then we would look into, okay, what is the purpose of it? What is the point of it? Like, what does it want? What does it do? Kind of a thing. Try to figure that out too. Oh man, that mosquito got me on my elbow before I killed it. Dang. Too bad. Too bad. So, well, that was a shit shovel. That was a shit shuffle. There we go. Okay, so starting out here with the Jersey Devil. And you know what? Let me do my whole thing first. Let me not just run up in here and forget. Okay. So, light beings surrounding me now. Spirit guides, angels, archangels. Please assist me in the sacred co-creative process of pulling cards for the highest good of all sentient kind. Please allow me to pull the most accurate cards in the most accurate ways for the highest good of all. Please protect us as we do these readings, and please help me to vibrate higher, 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 and higher for safety and accuracy of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. All right. There. That's better. That's better. You're not late at all, the Luann. You're right on time. I'm literally right about to start reading on our cryptids, as it literally is an hour into the live stream. The live stream was only going to be an hour, but I'm just now starting to read on the cryptids because I got lost into ancestry stuff for an hour. So, we're here. But we're starting with the Jersey Devil, which I had never heard of the Jersey Devil before. I am aware that whatever cryptid this is, it's about the state of New Jersey, but I don't know what the Jersey Devil is, and so it's going to be interesting here as we look this up. We're going to look up, is this thing real? And then, if so, then, like, what does it want? What does it do? What's the point? Like, all that kind of stuff. Demystify the things. So, Jersey Devil. First of all, just kind of trying to figure out if it's real. Well, this is an interesting set of things. We're gonna get... And then one on this. I'm not sold on the Jersey Devil being real. I'm not sold on that. But the thing that gets me is, when I'm looking at these cards, it's not looking real. But when I'm looking over here, it looks like, how do we put this? Like, if, quote unquote, the Jersey Devil isn't real, but that if there's people that feel like they've had some sort of sightings or interactions or altercations or something, that there is something that they were interacting with or, seeing, but I don't know that it's what they're thinking of as the Jersey Devil. So this, I don't know if this might be a first. I don't know if any of our cryptid stuff has said something like this before, where it's like, it's almost a yes and a no answer here. So it seems like they're saying that people who feel like they're having some sort of Jersey Devil type of sighting or experience, that they're actually encountering something else, is what this is looking like. Well, in that case, we have to shift our second question into what are they seeing then? Like, if they're not experiencing what they think of as the Jersey Devil, then what is it? Like, if it's not whatever the hell the Jersey Devil is, if it's not that, then what is it? What is it that people are seeing or coming into contact with or whatever? Okay. So this makes it feel like it's multiple different things. It's not always the same exact thing. So some people might be having some experience, with, whatever, and it's a different thing that they're experiencing than someone else. So this is like, that's interesting. It's different. Here, though, we do get these two cards in reverse. It feels like whatever this is, it's true that it's not human. So they're not having experiences with humans. It is a non-human thing. It's just not, quote unquote, what people think of when they think, what is a Jersey Devil? For myself, I just want to know what it's supposed to be or what it's supposed to look like. I've never heard of this. Oh shit. I need to type Jersey Devil. I just want to know what one allegedly looks like so I can know what the hell I'm talking about that apparently doesn't exist like this. It's not a thing. Okay, so whatever I'm looking at here looks like some kind of a winged creature, like a demonic winged creature with like hooves or something like that is what I'm seeing here. So they're saying that whatever that thing is that people think is a Jersey Devil, that thing is not what exists, but that people are seeing or experiencing things that are non-human, and they are experiencing different things. So not everybody is experiencing the same thing. Yeah, that there's some controversy around that, which I imagine, I mean, there's controversy around all of these, you know, alleged cryptids and things like that, so that makes sense. Okay, then, you know, what is it? What are some of the things they might be seeing then, you know? Okay, so, yeah, this one feels more... I hate for it to almost sound dismissive, because I don't want it to come off like that, but like the way this has been going on, all the successive cards that I keep pulling, it's kind of like when people like, well, maybe you saw, you know, this, or maybe you saw that, or whatever. Like, I think that could be true. Is this another fucking mosquito? Sorry, hold on. Did I get it? Ew, I did, and now another mess all over my computer screen. Man, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Truly disgusting. Wow, okay. Well, there's that. This is a mess out my computer screen. I'm gonna have a lot of cleanup after this. This is just what it's gonna be. It's what it's gonna be. But it does seem like, you know, how when people say that and they are being kind of dismissive to people, it does look like they are seeing any number of things. So the kinds of things here, it feels like maybe some people are hearing a noise that can be attributed to a certain animal, even if they don't think an animal should sound like that. It seems here like it could be attributable to an animal if they're hearing a sound, or if they're seeing what they think of is like, a pair of reflective eyes in the dark, that they could be seeing a certain type of animal, even if they think that that's not what they're seeing, kind of thing. So it feels like that. And even like, for whatever reason, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know about this stuff. I don't know about what's in New Jersey or whatever. I've never been to New Jersey that I'm aware of. But like even something that's like there could be certain, you know, owls or something that have like incredibly large wingspans that, you know, if it's at nighttime and you see that kind of a big wingspan or something, that could be incredibly terrifying, and could be, you know, accounting for some of these sightings. And, you know, who knows? There could be people experiencing non-human things that could be some other cryptids, or could be some other demonic presences of sorts that's just not a quote-unquote Jersey Devil, from what I'm seeing here. So there looks like there could be all range of things that people are seeing that could be as innocent as, you're just hearing an animal, to as nefarious as, you did have like some kind of a supernatural paranormal experience. It just wasn't what y'all are thinking of as the Jersey Devil, but that there's a whole range of experiences people could be having that they could be thinking of as that, is what I'm seeing here for that one. Interesting. Let me pull these up, shuffle them back in. Very interesting mini read. And let's look at the next one here with the Loch Ness Monster. And I have heard of the Loch Ness Monster before. So, just trying to see. First of all, is Nessie real? Trying to see that. All right, let me move this chat thing out of my way. Okay, so again, we have this sense of like not necessarily quote unquote Nessie, but there's something. So now we have, again, a split sense of that. So that's interesting. 2 cryptids in a row where there's this kind of split sense here. So let's explain what that means. Because again, now that changes our second question. Our second question now becomes, what do you mean by that? So like if we're talking about kind of splitting things up, it's kind of like, yeah, sorry to hurt your feelings. It's not Nessie as in what people think of when they're thinking of Nessie, but that there are some sort of sightings of things that like people are seeing something. It's just not what they're thinking of as Nessie. So again, then what are they seeing? If people are having sightings of something, but it's not, whatever Nessie is, like some kind of a, pond monster, like what might they be, seeing here then? Okay, once again, multiple different things depending on which person that people, one person might have seen one type of thing, another person might have seen another type of thing. Again, something that could be non-human and also something that just exists in water. So this can mean like if some people might be seeing something and they think it's a Loch Ness monster when really it's like some sort of floating wood or something like that, or that there is something that is like an animal that they are seeing something non-human, but it's not Nessie. Like if you see, some other kind of creature. I don't know what all lives in the Loch Ness, like I don't know what all lives in there, but like if there is some sort of pretty large looking creatures or whatever that's in there that they might see from time to time. But in terms of like there is, for lack of a better way of putting it, a dinosaur in the water that people call Nessie, I'm not necessarily seeing that. But it that doesn't mean that there's nothing in the water, because again, they're giving me this sense of like, yeah, there are things there, and it's not just, oh, there's some kind of like floating logs or whatever. There are some like, animate, non-human things that people could be seeing. So that makes me believe there probably are some pretty big things in the Loch Ness that like could be pretty old and pretty big, and if people were to see that or spot any part of its body, that could give them the impression that it's Nessie. But I don't see the like it coming up as an actual Loch Ness monster dinosaur under the sea kind of thing. But I do think that there is something in there that they are seeing. So yeah, don't know what it is, but some sort of a big creature or big creatures in the water can account for some of this for sure. So here we are like, oh, I don't have to be nervous about Nessie. I have to be nervous about something else that's more unknown than Nessie. That doesn't inspire confidence. Like that doesn't necessarily feel better. Like, okay, well, maybe not an underwater dinosaur thing, but there are some unknowns that are kind of big and kind of in there that that would be something worth diving into one day. Look at me go. Diving into. I didn't even mean to make that pun. Man. Didn't even mean to make that pun. Wow, we've had 2 very interesting reads here in our cryptids for today. It was interesting on the last live stream too with the 3 that we talked about, but these kind of took on a whole new life. So that's different. That's different. While we're talking about water stuff, let's do the Kraken, because that's another water one. big water monster. So yeah, let's do the Kraken. Is the Kraken real? And I know I'm probably missing a lot of comments here, but I'm just trying to do these first before it overheats in here and my camera kicks off. Again, last time, there's no reason why my camera should have kicked off. It was not hot in here, and everything was fine. So it died because of what we were talking about. And then it came back on and worked perfectly fine after we stopped talking about that thing. But on this one, today, it for real is hot in here, and it really might die because of the heat. So hopefully, that's why I'm kind of going through to be like, I'll look at the comments afterwards. But yeah, the Kraken. Does the Kraken exist? Is the Kraken real? Let's see. Okay. So with this, it's just feeling more like a no. Like just a straight up no for the Kraken. So, and what I am aware of with the Kraken, again, Pirates of the Caribbean kind of thing, where it's like this massive, like octopus thing that like can come up and eat pirate ships and shit like that, you know, like that's my understanding of a Kraken, and I'm seeing here that would be a no. So like they just kind of outright are closing the door on that. But rather than me just leaving it there and being like, okay, well that's a no, shit, let's just go to the next cryptid, then I am going to ask them, like, if we can have any insights from, again, there have been people for however long who have sightings of these types of cryptids. Like, what are they seeing then, or what's going on, or what, you know, what's happening, or all that kind of stuff. So let's see. Okay. Again, this sense, like literally, and y'all have seen me shuffle these cards over and over and over and over. These are literally the same two cards that were coming up earlier as we were talking about Nessie. And I literally shuffled repeatedly that y'all have seen and heard here. And again, the whole not what people are thinking, but that there are some things in the water that are causing people to think that whatever this Kraken thing is real. So let's go with that and just see kind of where they take that from here. Okay. That basically it's like people can be emotional when things are happening, that if they think they see something in the water, or they think they feel something hit the boat or stuff like that, that it can be like you know, a very scary, anxiety-producing thing, and your emotions start taking over. What is this? What is this? It's the unknown, the freak out of the unknown and stuff like that. And so people start getting confused about what they're seeing. But with the Star card, I mean, the Star card is this big, you know, open vastness. Usually the Star card's talking about this huge open universe of stars kind of thing, or multiverses of stars. They're kind of in this way referring to the ocean in that way, to be like, you know, if the ocean is literally super big and super expansive, they're kind of like, it could be, you know, anything type of thing. So that people's, you know, emotions and things, their fear starts to run away from them. And yeah, their fear starts to run away from them. And some people might claim they see it when they really didn't, because they get something out of it, whether it's like, you know, getting attention from telling stories, or whether it's something else that they can get out of it. But again, that there would be some accounts that would be considered false accounts, and for other people that they're thinking something is the Kraken that's not. So yeah, and again, it could be anything. So they're basically saying, like, listen, the ocean is big enough and vast enough for so much shit to be in it, that even if a Kraken proper isn't real, do you know how many big ass fucking things are in there that people could mistake for a Kraken? Like, I don't know, maybe there are huge octopuses and huge squids and huge whales and sharks and all kinds of things that could be seen or could bump into a boat or any kind of thing like that could give people like the idea that that's what it is. So I think that they're kind of like the alleged Kraken isn't real, but that doesn't mean that we don't have some big ass crazy stuff in the ocean that is real, that people are, you know, like we don't need to create a cryptid for that. We've already got shit like that here, kind of thing. So that's interesting. That's really interesting. Wow, today is definitely not what I expected for all of these cryptid readings. Wow. Let's see. Let me shuffle these back up. And I will read all your comments again after these. I do want to see what they are. I'm just in case the camera would overheat, I want to make sure we get through these first. All right. So, what was next on my list? The Windigo. That's another one that I had not heard of, but I'm not going to look it up just yet. I'm going to ask the question and stuff first, and then I'll do like what I did when I saw like, what does the Jersey Devil look like? Then I'll do that with this too. But first, I'm just going to look into the Windigo. Is it real or not? All I know is that someone said this is a like North American, possibly like Canadian, you know, deep into the woods in cold weather type of thing. So I know that much about this. So let's see if the Windigo is real. Damn, today is weird with all of these that we're reading on. Like, last time we read on 3, and it took us a while to read on 3 because basically all 3 were real, even if the first one would... Even if there was some kind of like real, but like there were some caveats about the realness of them, but there was a lot of realness to them last time. And again, that was Mothman, Bigfoot, and Skinwalkers. But this time with these, we're getting kind of things down. So with these, it's coming up as like, just like with the Kraken, it's just like a no. It's just like a no, the Wendigo is not real. So again, now my new second question here is, if it's not real, then if there are people having sightings of it or some kind of interactions or experiences with it, or what they're thinking of it as, then what is it that they're interacting with then? And as I go to ask that, let me look it up. I want to know what it looks like, because, again, I didn't know what it looked like. Ugh. Okay. I'm like, ugh. So this thing is like this tall, skinny thing. The picture has like, you know, like, it's like gaunt and has some horns and has like it looks like a mix between a starved person and like a big deer or something. There's some kind of from what it's showing on Google. Okay, well, I'm glad to know that thing isn't real, allegedly. But what is it that if people are having experiences, then what is it that they're freaking having experiences of, you know? What are they experiencing that they are mistaking for that? So once again, the sense of, you know, people can be confused, and this sense of expanse. So just like what they were saying earlier, when they were saying there's this expansive ocean where it's like we don't have to create some kind of fake scary creatures that are big and whatever in the ocean, because there are already big scary creatures in the ocean. They're kind of saying that here, like in a big, expansive, cold, deep Canadian wilderness, we don't have to create something called a Wendigo in there. There's already some shit up in there. So like people are just experiencing things that are in those expansive woods. So, okay, dare I ask for examples? And again, I got my little black salt here. Let me put it in my hand. But dare I ask for examples of like what's in there, you know? Okay, so in the big vast expanse of like deep Canadian wilderness and stuff, they're kind of putting like, well, this is an interesting way of putting it, but okay. They're putting like, first of all, you know, it's just going to be hard to survive that type of expanse. Like, you know, it's kind of one of those, you don't want to get lost in the woods kind of thing, that it's just a unforgiving environment, you know, for survival, period. So that's one thing that will get you, is just that the environment is unforgiving. But then here, they're kind of bringing up this sense of like, there's things in there that we may be aware of, that can like grow big or grow strong, or, you know, whatever, that can be intimidating or, you know, problematic. So I don't even know what kind of wildlife is in there. I know that they have things like moose, and stuff like that. I guess if this thing has horns and that thing has horns, people could mistake, you know, those things for it, possibly. But here with the moon card, I mean, the moon card, this is like, you know, deep and dark and thick and stuff. There could be kind of like how they say we haven't discovered everything that could be lurking in the ocean. This is kind of like, hey, people may not know about everything that could be lurking in a dense Canadian forest. Like an expansive, largely uninhabited land field of God knows what, that there are things that people may not be fully aware of out there. So again, it's like we don't have to create creatures in our minds to be fearful of out there. There are already creatures out there. So that is interesting. There's already, oh shit, I just ripped this bag majorly. Whoa, did I finally rip I finally ripped the bag bad. Man, I got black salt everywhere. It's all over my desk. So as of today's live stream and reading, I have black salt ripped open everywhere, and I have 2 sets of mosquito guts everywhere. I've got mosquito guts on my desk pad and sticky note and stuff, and I have mosquito guts on my desktop screen now from what I slapped out just a second ago before all this, and now I have leaked black salt everywhere. So I know what this means. I know I'm going to clean up real good, like cleanse and clear with, you know, some dupe sticks and things like that, and some salt apparently after this reading, you know, to keep everything high vibe enough and cleansed and clear in here. I know I'm going to have to do that. But, like, dang, it is really like a weird day for this dark and light kind of energy for the mosquitoes and the black salt. And then a weird day for seeing that some of these cryptids are not necessarily real, but they're kind of like, why invent monsters when there's already monsters that exist? It's kind of like, okay, that made me feel better. So, don't be going out in the deep uninhabited Canadian woods, and don't be trying to go out in deep ocean either, apparently. Based on all this, I think I'm cleaning up all the black salt. I'm just trying to put it all in this little pile right here. Because my bag ripped a hole in its ass. Right there. Wow. Like, This has been super interesting. Super interesting about these various cryptids. So, yeah, between last time and today, we've looked into seven different cryptids between the last live stream and today's live stream. And we've had a mix of results here about whether things are real or not, and if they are real, what are they here for, and all that kind of stuff. So it has been very interesting indeed. I'm going to put this, so when I squished the thing on my screen, look at that. Nasty! That was from, boom, squishing the mosquito on my screen, so made a mess on my screen. I'm going to have to clean that up afterwards. So, what messes. Very, very, very interesting. I'm going to be cleaning indeed after this live stream ends, which I know I need to be pulling things to a close soon. And I'll be doing all of that. So, pull down those screens because I don't want to be looking at those pictures of Jersey Devil and Windigo. Even if the card said it wasn't real, those things don't look pretty. So, let me catch up on what all y'all have been saying. So, let me see. I'm going to just skim these. I'm going to just skim these very quickly if I can. Where am I at? I'm trying to find where I'm at. But, Ari was like, I want to believe in Nessie so bad. Well, it seems like there's something to believe in there. Not necessarily Nessie per se, proper, but something to believe in there. So stuff on Lake Lanier? I'm going to have to look into that sometime. Yeah, you can kind of listen to live streams like while you're doing some projects and stuff like that. Yes, Valerie. It can be kind of like a podcast or something. Let's see. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Yeah, so some things that I could look into. Marnie's like, today's the first time I heard the word cryptid. Had to look it up. Yeah. There's apparently probably a lot of cryptids that you've heard of before. You just didn't know that they were considered cryptids or called cryptids. That's what happened to me because I had heard of things like Bigfoot my entire life, but I didn't know that it was classified as something called a cryptid. Found that out. So, yeah. Let's see. Ashley, it says, I see that your laptops and stuff are giving you trouble for the things. Well, we'll do more of these. It won't be just today that there's the little giveaway. YouTube is, so far, I do 2 live streams a month, and they're letting me gift 5 every live stream. So 10 a month they're letting me do. So if it doesn't let you do it today, we have time to get it figured out, and to, try to get in there for the future if it doesn't let you today. I don't want you to stress too bad. I don't want to be a cause of your stress. Let's see. Yeah, Sarah with an H is talking about giant squid. Yep. So that could be what people are thinking of as Kraken, who knows? Shit. And yeah, Ari's like, yeah, because we've only explored about 5% of our ocean, so who knows what's out there. That's basically, yeah, like what they were saying. Yes. Yeah. A chatty fanny, hello. And yeah, I saw what you were saying about the Windigo stuff. Let's see. It's like my membership mini reading on communication is affecting my cards. Let's see. Did I ever see The Village? It was a town created a monster to dwell on their outskirts in order to keep their citizens from venturing out. Yeah, keep control over your citizens. You don't want to venture out because or else this will happen. That's almost more sinister than there actually being a real monster. Ooh, I don't like that. Man. Let's see. Yeah, people are looking up these images too and being like, it's terrifying. Yeah, I'm glad some of these things were saying it wasn't real. Oh, man. Let's see. Angel Mary, hello. And you make it worth it, hello. Let's see. Oh, wow. So a lot of people are agreeing about some of these things, like looking into Lake Lanier someday or something like that. And that's crazy because y'all are saying that's in Georgia. Georgia's in my backyard. I'm in South Carolina. I don't want no nasty, crazy shit up in my backyard. Then again, South Carolina, we got our own shit. I mean, Charleston is one of the oldest cities, you know, in terms of one of the oldest colonized cities here in the States. So it's got a lot of history. And it is alleged to be haunted as well. And that's only like an hour and a half or so away from me. So, Lord. Ah! Ashley, you said I did it. Yay! Yay, it worked. I'm so glad it worked. I'm sorry it gave you trouble. I never know about technology with all this stuff, you know? It's weird. For some people, it's like, oh, that worked real fast and easy. And for some people, it's like, I gotta go through, you know, around my ass and get my elbow. So, yeah. Oh, no. Angel Mary says Lake Lanier was where a lot of African American people lived and they flooded it and they all passed away? And now it's super haunted for people there? That's horrific. Ugh. That's one of those things that I almost wish I didn't know. I almost wish I didn't look into it or didn't ask. I mean, that's no way to be, you know, stick your head in the sand and act like it's not real. I know that's no way to be, but oh my gosh, that's horrible. Goodness, yeah. It sounds like if that was going to be a reading, that would be like a reading. Like, I don't know if, I guess depending on what we ask, we might be able to make it into a mini reading, but that sounds like a reading. But oof. Whew. Goodness gracious. Okay, well, it seems like we might have had people have the chance then to be able to make themselves eligible. And again, like I said, I'm gonna, you know, YouTube seems to be letting me do this on all of my live streams, that I do 2 live streams a month, and it's been letting me allow, you know, a gifting of 5 new members per month. So if it doesn't happen this month for someone, then as long as you're opted in, it could happen for you next month or the month after or whatever. So there are other potential options for that, you know, other opportunities where that could happen. And I'm about to click the Gift 5 Now button, and we'll see who YouTube chooses as the 5. And again, those 5 winners will win a Perk Squad membership for 1 full month. So for a full month, you get to have your Penelopes, you get to access all the videos over there, all the perks of the Perk Squad for a whole month for free. So YouTube is about to pick. So drum roll and click. Let's see. Okay, who is it choosing? Congratulations to Katie Lady, and to Tara Ann, and to Jerry, and to Wade Lester, and to Z and J's mama. So congratulations to those 5. And welcome to the Perk Squad. So yay, KT Lady, Tara Ann, Jerry, Wade Lester, and Z and J's mama have now been gifted a month free membership. Aw, and Angel Mary gifted a membership for free as well, and that went to Marnie. Thank you, Angel Mary. That was very sweet of you. So Angel Mary also gifted 1 free membership to Marnie, is who it went to. So yay, congratulations everyone. And thank you, Angel Mary. That was very, very sweet of you. And again, we'll YouTube has been letting me do this every time. So in all of our live streams, I'll continue to try to, select the button and see who it chooses and keep pulling 5 new members each time. So if it wasn't you this time, don't fret. It could be you in the future. But yay, congratulations. And speaking of that, let's talk about the next live stream so that people can know when the next one's coming. And that way you'll have an idea of, which live streams you'll be able to join, which ones you might not be able to. But the next one is currently scheduled for Friday, November the 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So you might have to Google, go on Google and figure out the time zone difference from Eastern time to your time zone. But Friday, November the 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern is the next live stream. And for those wondering for the second live stream in November, just in case you want to know what both live streams in November are going to be, the second live stream in November is for Tuesday, November 26th. So a couple days before our Thanksgiving here. Tuesday, November 26th at 5 p.m. Eastern, kind of like how today was. So as I tell people, it's easy to remember if you want to write it in your phone, like as a reminder. I have literally in my phone a recurring reminder that goes on that tells me every second Friday of the month and every fourth Tuesday of the month. Fourth Tuesday. I'm like, oh, my words are making weird. So yeah, every second Friday of the month at 2 Eastern and every fourth Tuesday of the month at 5 Eastern is when we do our live streams. So that's, if you want to put it as a scheduled recurring thing to always remind you in your phone. If you want to, then you can. You don't have to, obviously. But that's there so that we can hang out in those again and we can do more gifting in those as well. So, yeah. Yep. Awesome. I'm so glad for all the winners today. And I am going to be trying to wrap this up in a second. We've gone live for an hour and 41 minutes. If I can kind of close things down here in the next couple minutes, keep it under 2 hours, that'll be great and be easier for the live stream replay crowd to be able to watch. So congratulations again, everyone. And hopefully in the future we'll have some other winners that get to have a chance to have their free month. Thank you again to Angel Mary for gifting a membership. That was very kind of you. Let's see. I haven't done yet. Thanks for answering that, Sarah with an H. For Ashley's question, do you do how to read tarot tutorials on the memberships? I have not done those yet. I've always been thinking about, doing something like that. It's just I haven't had a chance to really be able to do that and balance with what I already kind of have going on. One day, when this can be my full-time job, if I ever get to a point, Teddy just strolled in, if I ever get into a point where this can be my full-time job, and I have that kind of time to devote to it, I would love to do kind of tarot tutorials in addition to all the stuff that already kind of goes on in the channel and, be more consistent and productive with all of it. But for now, it's kind of more like a hobby because it's not the job that pays the bills. It's not my day job. And I can't quit my day job right now. Not in this economy. So, but it is on the docket in my mind for one day. That would be great. So I would like to do that. But I do have tarot tutoring services on my website for anybody that is interested in that. I know it's not the same as having videos on the channel or on the Perk Squad, but in case anybody is interested in kind of working one-on-one about how to read the cards the way I read the cards, then, that is an option on my website, tarot tutoring sessions. So Yeah, so I do have that for now. But yeah, man, I feel like we talked about a lot of things today on this live stream, looked into a lot of things today, had a lot of wacky shit happening with mosquitoes and busted bags of black salt and craziness. And we've got Teddy somewhere over here. Oh, wait, no, actually Teddy left and now it's Bodhi, but I'm scared to look at him because it's 6:51 here p.m. And remember, he eats at 7, and so he's putting pressure on me. So he's applying pressure. He walked out of the frame because he walked under my legs. Bodhi, are you putting pressure for your S word? He wants his SUPPER. Why are you doing this? You've been doing this a lot to us lately. He's applying pressure. He's doing the whistle whine crap that I hate. I know y'all can't hear it from this far away, but it's terrible. Are you applying pressure, son? Are you applying pressure? Quit applying pressure. Yeah, you're doing your licks? Yeah. I kiss on them too much. My dad was always like, don't kiss the damn dog. And I'm like, oh no, I'll be kissing all over the dogs and stuff. So I kiss the dogs. But they get baths, so they're not filthy. Anyway. It's like half Mike shine a chatty fanny and half like, these lights are too bright. You have Shih Tzus as well? Yeah, my little Teddy's a Shih Tzu. Wherever he just galloped off to. Somewhere in there. So Bodhi's applying pressure, so we're going to go and give him his little S word. And I might end the live stream on telling him the S word here in front of y'all so y'all can see how he gets when I say it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end it on that, so I probably won't be able to do the love you mean it's and all the stuff, so y'all know I do love y'all mean it. And until next time, but I'm gonna tell him his S word. Let me bring up this way so you'll be able to see more. We'll see if he reacts. I don't know if he'll react while I'm holding him, while everything is like all bright and stuff, but he might. Let's see. Buddy, you want your suppers? You want your suppers? You want your suppers? Do you want your suppers? You want your suppers? Ooh, is it suppers? Ooh, suppers? 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 Oh, go get your suppers! Go get your suppers! Okay. I'm gonna go do a supper now because I told him the word. So anyway, y'all know I love you, mean it. And I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye, love you, mean it. I'm coming. Bye, love you.